in San Antonio. At that time, we started with 3 people, and I think with the grant of like $150,000. Today, we're the largest micro lender in the United States. We have about 100 employees. As I was saying earlier, we did about $4 million in loans here in Houston last year. We are in 8 states now. Most of our people are in Texas, though we have now in Louisiana, and a lot of the areas of the Mississippi Delta, so Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, I think are the other ones in there. So our purpose is to support small businesses that cannot gain access to capital from a traditional bank. So there's a lot of people out there who have great idea. They have the experience in a business line that they do. They just can't get that startup capital. Banks won't generally lend to startups. There's a lot of other criteria that banks have. We're talking about credit scores and what's a good credit score. I think one of y'all was asking that. There's a lot of banks that won't lend to anybody for a business loan that's under 720, 740. So some of them have very, very high criteria for what that credit score needs to be. Most of us probably don't fall into that category. I don't fall into that 750 credit score, even though I manage my money well, I pay my bills on time. You have to have really good credit for some types of businesses. The other thing that kind of plays into that a little bit as well is that if you have a long-standing banking relationship with one of those banks, say you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank, well, they get a little bit more easier to deal with as far as credit goes. But if you're just going into it from day one, you have a new relationship with them, they're going to have some high criteria. So we try to bridge that gap for people who don't have all of that, and so we try to get them started with the hopes that they'll someday be able to go out and be able to get banked and get a better interest rate than what we're able to provide. A lot of those banks, though, do support us. They give us grants. They make us loans that we can turn around and lend to businesses. But it's no competition really, because we don't do those same types of loans that they would do. So that's just kind of a synopsis of who Accion is.